Hey everybody, it's Lee from Left Hand Math, and I'm going to tell you two simple reasons that you should not hire most local ad agencies or marketing agencies or consultancies or whatever a certain type of business is calling itself. I'm going to dive deep into the why, then I'm going to tell you a few warning signs to look out for what I'm talking about. And then I'm going to suggest some viable alternatives that I think will not break the bank and will not break your back, because I'm not trying to create too much more work for local business owners who are already quite worked hard. Um, so there's really two linked fundamental behaviors that cause a pretty consistent pattern I've seen when I, as someone who does not do ads or marketing for small local businesses. I tend to do them for larger national ones and startups and apps, but I enjoy talking to small business owners in my community, and a lot of them express extreme frustration with ad agencies or marketing agencies or individuals calling themselves consultants who seem very focused on the local business market here in Atlanta. But I've talked to other people, and I know this is pretty nationally consistent. And the first of these two interlinked problems is that a lot of people start a, quote, digital marketing agency remotely or locally, but frequently a lot of elements are remote, as an attempt to earn what they would call passive income. You can do a YouTube search for digital marketing agency passive income, or search on Google or something like that, and you'll find YouTube videos telling you how to do it and saying it's so easy and anyone can do it. You'll find Reddit threads about this kind of thing. The thing is that unfortunately, marketing a business, even just one local business like a pizza place, really well is actually something that takes knowledge of the business and expertise and thought. And I probably don't need to tell you that as the owner of a local business. It's a labor of love, and you put so much work and thought into it. Do you want anyone focusing on the word passive anywhere near your business that you work so hard on and are active and are the opposite of passive with? I would say no, absolutely not. Even if you view your business as an eventual source of passive income, I don't think you'd be happy if you walked in and someone cooking the pizzas was like, yeah, I'm trying to get this to a point where it's passive income and the pizzas kind of just cook themselves. Unfortunately, a lot of people start local business focused digital marketing agencies with the idea that there's no expertise needed and it's like a source of passive income that anyone can do. And so basically what you have are complete non-experts who don't ever intend to be experts or really even work very hard, who are tasked with a big part of growing your business and ensuring you're successful, because marketing's how you get new customers. And that's not a good situation. Now, the second reason is linked, and that a question that has possibly popped up in your mind is, well, okay, if these people who don't really know anything about marketing and don't really intend to learn very much about marketing and don't even really want to work hard at it, how do they have these digital agencies even? And there's kind of three answers. One, some of them find courses or something that give them a system for doing it, and they kind of do try to do it themselves or with some, part-time employees. It's not really very effective because these systems are as half-hearted as the intent of anyone who tries to, use a 30-minute YouTube video to, learn everything about marketing local businesses. The second thing they can do is just be completely horrendous at it and essentially literally do nothing for you, while maybe providing some small trappings that they show you that indicate they're trying to do something, but nothing ever even happens. and how they might get away with that, I'll get into in my warning sign section. The third thing, and this is the second reason you should watch out for a lot of the local business focused marketing agencies and consultants you'll run into, is they'll hire what they call a white label service that just does all of the advertising work for them. Now you might think that, I mean, is that so bad? And it's probably the best of the three options between watch a 30-minute YouTube video that they think makes them a marketing genius at, every kind of local business marketing and do nothing. Hire a white label third party is probably the best thing you could end up with. Here's why it's not good. Those white label third parties specialize in just very tactical execution on specific media platforms, Meta ads, Google ads, etc. They don't really do anything that's strategic or customized at all for your business. And sort of the premise initially was like, okay, so these white label execution agencies are going to get hired by people who are being strategic and learning about your business and coming up with ideas and real strategic ways to grow the business. And then this white label agency just helps them with the nitty gritty and the details. What quickly ended up happening, and it was kind of inevitable, is people didn't hire these white label agencies to help them scale really strategic, smart marketing. They just started selling the services of these very basic, not highly effective, not thought heavy advertising entities, just through themselves and marking it up. So instead of the original intent of you have some strategic local marketing genius who's just hiring a white label agency to help, you have someone who's just hiring a white label agency and selling the services as themselves and marking it up, just collecting a profit margin, essentially really for just selling for the white label agency. And a lot of these white label agencies now reflect that in their sales. I get pitched this all the time. People pitch a white label agency, and gone are the days when they're talking about me, pitching it to me like I'm a strategic marketer who's going to figure this out and do the marketing thought for the business. They're pitching, you just be a salesperson and we do the work. And again, the issue there is no one's actually planning on doing any good work, any real work, or really learning what your business is about, who your customers are, could and should be, and actually doing anything smart about that. And the market is flooded with this. And I struggle to say like most local digital marketing agencies or consultants are like this. I don't want to say most are. I'm willing to say a lot of the ones you will encounter are this way. And that is because the local agencies and consultants that do the most aggressive selling of themselves, like 8 hours a day, nonstop selling, are these passive income / white label garbage laundering ones. Because they have time to. And that's the model. When you never actually do any good work and spend any time thinking about your clients and learning their needs, well, then you have all the time in the world just to go find more clients. The good news is I can tell you some warning signs to watch out for these, and they're very simple and common sense, and I can give you some better alternatives for what to do with your time and money than get burned by another local ad agency or local business consultant. The first thing you need to watch out for is the tool that they use to be able to make money while being really ineffective, which is a long contract you're locked into. And to me, long is like 3 months. Some of these places are locking businesses into 6-month contracts. And if you're wondering how bad it can be, I have talked to people that have hired agencies and that when they were younger and didn't know better worked at agencies that would lock a client into a 6-month contract and after about 3 weeks do nothing. They could essentially put in 30 minutes of work a week and not breach their own contract and charge people thousands of dollars a month for that. And their whole model was just to churn and burn, load up, lock in, and move on. So I'm going to mention some other things, but really the number one thing you just need to look out for is any kind of legally binding contract that locks you in for a period of time and doesn't give you good, clear recourse if you don't think they're doing a good job. Because that's how they make 90% of their money. So if you just check for one thing, just check for that. Additionally, you can ask them if they use an outsourced white label partner and for what. I'm talking about these white label agencies and how sometimes they're a real bad crutch. Well, good news. You can ask if they do that, and if they say they don't do that, but the vibe is off and you don't know if you feel they're being honest, you can ask for a contract that puts in writing that none of the services they charge you for will be outsourced or white labeled. So you can at least prevent that. Beyond that, I would just ask for references and case studies, references firsthand, because case study is just an example of success with another business. People are not above making those up. And they might say, oh, we did this dry cleaner, like we tripled their sales, but we have an NDA and we can't tell you who they are. I mean, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that is absolutely the kind of thing that people will just straight up make up to sell you. So if they have references, that's great. You can ask them what they know about your business, because obviously you know what your business is. So I would say the number one thing you can do beyond avoiding a long contract and putting in the contract that there's no white label service, just talk to them for an amount of time and see if you think they actually have any insight in your business already or are well positioned to learn your business and market it. That's the number one thing you can do that doesn't involve a contract or anything, is just get your best sense of, is this person actually going to come to know my business and think about it seriously such that I can get customers and get value out of it. Now, this may lead you, at least in the short term, to not hire anyone to help you with your marketing, or you may already be deeply burned, and that's why you're at this video. And by burned, I don't just mean emotionally, but your cash has been burned by a shady local digital agency or consultant. And first off, I want to tell you, do not feel bad about that. Not only does it happen to a lot of people, but it's something that is very cultivated by these agencies. They've done a lot of work selling this. They're highly practiced in separating people from their money unfairly. So, first off, don't feel ashamed, and then second off, don't give up on the concept of marketing your business entirely. And what I would do instead is of just trying to go to market and necessarily find someone to help you, even if you do have more money for that, or jump right back out there, is just do a quick reset mentally with yourself, and talk to key people at your business, your co-owners, your staff who are knowledgeable about it, and just get down to two really critical things that I think also a lot of these local digital agencies and consultants don't ever really grapple with, which is what your business's value proposition really is, that is at least somewhat distinct. You don't have to be the only place in the world that has something. You just need to be the best option in a certain time for certain people. There's a pizza place down the street from me I go to occasionally, and if they did hire me to help with their marketing, I would probably say, it's reasonably priced. It's the best pizza within about a square mile, because we're in Atlanta. There's a decent amount of pizza places, and we have a nice outdoor seating area, and we have a full bar. And that probably doesn't sound like the most exciting pump yourself up thing, like saying you're like the best pizza in Atlanta would. But they're not the best pizza in Atlanta, and I think a lot of people in the area know that, and I don't think people who hadn't had the pizza yet would even find that very believable. So I think something that is like, it works, it makes you feel good. I'm not saying you have to be self-deprecating. Like, you should be excited about what your business offers to people, and I'm sure it's great. But do be realistic in a way that is helpful and makes you happy. Like, you know, if you're a dry cleaner, maybe you should be relieved that just being the most convenient cleaner to about 10,000 people, that's enough. If your prices are reasonable, you don't have to convince people that you've reinvented dry cleaning. And you probably already know that, but maybe it helps to hear it from a second person. And then I'd say the second thing is think about with whom and when and how you really want to grow your business, and understand you need to know that and put that at the core of it. Don't just go to somebody and say, can you run Instagram ads that, you know, just work and they just get me business? You should know that anyone who's really good at any sort of marketing and all is going to be really helped by understanding like a really specific strategic angle that would be most helpful to you. For instance, to use the pizza place again, I'd want to know if they think they're actually busy enough on Friday and Saturday night, and it's about Monday through Thursday. That would be really helpful. Do they feel like they sell not enough at their bar and plenty of pizza, but they don't think they have enough customers who want a beer with their pizza? Extremely helpful. Is there any particular group of people they think should come to and should enjoy their pizza place, and they're in the area, and, you know, maybe it's teens after high school. You know, school's out, like, you know, we don't get any of that crowd. That's really helpful to know. Anyone who really wants to help you and is going to get really invested in your business is going to want to know these things, and ultimately you're going to have more success together that way. Another thing to watch out for is anyone who tells you they do not need to know any of this information and it's just going to work. Who am I to tell you this? For one, I don't do local business marketing. I'm not trying to do marketing for your business. You can reach out to me with any questions you have, if you know, or put them in the comments if you think I could be helpful, and I'd be happy to help you for free. I'm just a person who's encountered a lot of local small business people that I have a lot of heart for what they do and their business, and I think their business is great, and they've unfortunately been burned a lot, and I want to stop that. How do I know about the stuff and that they've been burned? I've been doing various forms of internet and non-internet advertising, marketing, analytics for about 17 years now. So I have no reason to lie to you about this. I'm not trying to acquire a bunch of local business customers. And I do know a lot about agency profit models, and effective marketing. So I hope you found this helpful. And, you know, I hope you don't give up on the notion of, you know, seriously growing your business through smart and strategic marketing. And, yeah, let me know in the comments if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or if there's any other topics about marketing, advertising, internet analytics, or how local businesses should engage with any of that, or how any kind of business should. Just let me know and I'll answer your comment or maybe make a video.